Namaste, very warm welcome to our weekly program Talk with Om. Dear respected audience, as usual, I brought here one another versatile personality. He is Vice Chairperson and founder of Modern Nepal College, Samakusi. He has done Masters in Engineering from AIT in Bangkok, Thailand. Let me welcome Mr. Kiran Dangol. Namaste. Welcome to my program.
Thank you, Omji.
How are you, Kiranji?
I'm good.
Well, how would you like to be introduced? More as a successful bureaucrat or as an educationist?
Thanks for the question, Omji. As far as my job is concerned, I divided it into two parts. The first part is when I start my job in government services. It was in 1991 when I start my first job in Ministry of Agriculture as an agriculture engineer in one of the projects named Agriculture Extension Project. There I worked for 4 years, and then again I joined Department of Soil Conservation and Watershed Management under the Ministry of Forest and Soil Conservation, then Ministry. Now it's called Ministry of Forest and Environment. There I worked for about 27 years, and then I took voluntary retirement, and then I joined Modern Nepal College as an education industry or a kind of college where I work nowadays.
Okay, would you tell some more about your role play in education sector?
I joined Modern Nepal College in 2003 as a founder and also as a member there first. Then later I became vice chairman of that college, and I continued that job as a vice chairman only. I took both the jobs. One job is regular job in government sector, and another job is a part-time job in college. And last 3 years I joined college. After taking voluntary retirement, I joined college full-time as a vice chairman and director of master's program. So I found education sector as a very interesting job. My desire is somewhere in a subside way, but when I joined college, I contribute my areas of interest in teaching learning process in that college.
Okay. How much were you satisfied with your job up to you became an undersecretary?
The government service has been a very interesting journey for me. I did that job for more than 27 years in different capacities. I first joined Ministry of Agriculture in one of the projects called Agriculture Extension Project. There I work as an agriculture engineer. I did engineering job there. And then after 4 years, I was again confirmed in one of the another departments called Department of Watershed, Soil Conservation and Watershed Management, where I continued my job till I got voluntary retirement. And before I got the retirement, I worked about 13 years in Ministry of Forest and Environment in different capacities, and especially in the field of monitoring and evaluation. And job has been very interesting, though it is not related to technical job, but it is all the combination of technical and non-technical, where I contributed about 13 years in ministry, and that has been very fantastic to me.
Okay. Did you have any differences with the government policy while undertaking your responsibilities?
The government system has a fixed TOR, terms of reference to any staff, any person who works in the government ministry or department. You work as per your terms of reference, TOR. So you cannot work alone. You have to work as per the policies of the government, as per the TOR of the government. So you cannot work independently in the government sector. So you have to follow the rules and regulation and policies, whatever government has prescribed to you to work in that particular department. So somehow you are bounded within the guidelines given to you to work in that organization.
Okay. For being an experienced bureaucrat, do you have any positive tips for the bureaucrats to boost up their spirit?
The foremost important thing is your dedication towards your job, and also side by side you should be disciplined towards your job, whichever offered to you to work in that organization. So you should have patience also, because you will be working not as per your own experiences. You have to work as per the government guidelines. So you have to follow the guidelines and you should work. So very few things you should consider in your mind is you should be satisfied where you are working, and you should be disciplined where you are working, and you should be very much honest and dedicated towards your TOR and towards your job. In that way you can get satisfaction. Otherwise, if you think about other things, then you will never be satisfied with your job. So you have to be in the system, and you should work as per the system.
Okay, why did you suddenly decide to give resignations to dedicate yourself totally in your college?
I have been working, for the regular job. I have been working for the government for 27 years. So after that, another sector where I am working as a part-timer, there also I have some responsibility as a vice chairman. So I have to decide after I get, after I am eligible for the retirement and after I am eligible for the pension. Government has separate rule for the staffs, like if you work for 20 years regularly, then you get the pension. So sometimes you have to wait for the pension also. And I work for the 27 years there, and then as I have some responsibility in the college where I work as a vice chairman, although it's not a regular kind of job, but time has come to join that college because I need to explore my another opportunity there. Like working as a director of master's program, as I can leave that job, government job, and I can join college job, then I have to trade off. So in that situation, I happily retire from the government job and join college job.
Well, will you tell something about your college in a brief?
Okay, Nepal College is established in 2003. It's a quite long time back, about 18 years. Nepal College offers only management courses like Bachelor's of Business Administration, Bachelor's of Business Studies, and Master's of Business Studies. It's a purely management college. And the interesting part is, Nepal College is the only college which received TU Vice Chancellor Gold Medal, and it was such a prestigious medal we received from the government. So that was quite a very interesting and very proud moment for all of us who are working in the college.
And we all know that COVID-19, this pandemic has left nobody, right? So your profession must have just affected by this pandemic too. How have you played a positive role to make all the stakeholders get equal benefits? If yes, how?
Yeah, COVID is such a disease which has taken away so many of lives in our country. So it's a sad moment for all of us. And definitely the college is also suffered from COVID-19 effects. Like, we cannot we cannot conduct physical classes due to COVID. And college was virtually closed down for so many months, about 6 months there was no class. It's virtually closed down for 6 months. But as we are associated with Tribhuvan University. Tribhuvan University has announced, has given policy to conduct online classes. So at that time, some light, it emerges out from that trauma, and the college has started, planned and started online classes to all the students. And also the difficult part is how to get all these tools, online education tools. So that was also another challenge for college. We somehow got online softwares, online applications like Zoom. So we have started and planned and started Zoom classes for all bachelor's degree program and master's degree program students. And it works somehow went well. Teachers were trained in that area, how to take online distant learning classes. And the staffs were also trained for that. So it was a big challenge, and somehow we managed to cope that situation. Till today also we have online classes, but in the near future, after a few days, after a week or so after this Chhath festival, we are starting physical class. So hopefully we will be conducting that class in a nice way too, considering all healthcare protocols. Thank you.
Okay. So everybody knows that, and everybody believes that educational sector is not only professional, it is the field of social service as well. How are you honestly justifying this belief?
Being a private college, we have responsibility, and we follow corporate social responsibility norms, which we in short term we call it as a CSR.
I got that.
So it's a responsibility of a college to provide some benefits or provide scholarship to the needed students. That we are doing. So in all programs, masters, bachelors, BB and BBS, in all three programs we are providing scholarship to the intelligent students. So that part we are providing the facility to the students. Likewise, we are also associated with the local clubs which is present in the Samakhosi area, and there is one club named Kumari Club, and we have some coordinated activities like during the blood donation program we provide some funds, whatever way we support them, and also we also give some scholarship to the students which the club has recommended to us also. So in that way we are providing that facility to the students. Definitely yes, the private college has to manage everything from our own, so we cannot do in a wholesome way. We could only provide in a partial way. That way we are trying our best to provide to the needed and desired students.
So Kiranji, how far have you been successful to utilize the knowledge and experiences that you have acquired in your previous job?
Actually, my field of studies, where I study, is different than where I am working nowadays. I did my master's, bachelor's in engineering. Now I am working in management college. Definitely yes. In the government sector, where I have worked for 27 years, those experiences, especially the planning, designing, implementing, monitoring and evaluation part, which is a vital part of any project. You can consider education or college as a project. So in government sector, what I have learned, those things I can directly replicate or directly use those knowledge in the college. So that is one of the most beautiful part where I learned in the government sector, and implement and replicate that in the college. So that is more easier for me. Otherwise, I would have been in difficult situation if I have not in the government services.
And Kiranji, we all know that most of our children go abroad for further study, right? and we have to just try to control over this trend. How can we make it possible to lure all the foreign students to our colleges and universities?
Okay, the trend has been changed, Omji, because you cannot control every steps not to send your child, not to send your kids abroad. It's been a fashion or kind of a trend to pursue higher degree.
It's okay. We can give right to our children to decide their option, but while we send them abroad, we'll be just investing a lot more, right? And we are not sure whether that investment will return to our nation or not.
It has two, three things like that. Which I would like to tell you is, going abroad and pursuing higher degree abroad is not bad. Yes,
of course not.
Get knowledge from there and bring back that knowledge to your country and utilize that knowledge.
But most of them are not bringing back their knowledge here.
Yeah. That is also true. And to retain your students in your country, even after they go to foreign country, study and again come back, how to get them come back, no?
Yeah.
As far as that very critical part is concerned, my personal opinion on that is, government should, create such a forum or such a environment, opportunity to the students where they can come and again they can join job here in Nepal, getting the equivalent salary, even not equivalent salary, very good salary here in Nepal. If you can assure that condition in Nepal, then the students who went to or who go to foreign countries and study, and they are, they most of them can come back if they get opportunity to work here.
Besides, how to lure or fascinate foreign students?
This is the policy of the government.
Yes.
Government should make a very congenial, very good environment, very good policy for the youngsters, for the upcoming graduates, no matter from Nepal or from abroad. The government should make such a policy where they can come and work. It means the government or the private sector should create more jobs, and not only more jobs, and the payment scales, the salary scales should also equally matters. If you get very good salary here in Nepal, not equivalent to abroad, but very good salary in Nepal where he can survive with his family, then everybody loves to come to your country and work. Like I did, I'm also one of the examples. I 2 times I did my bachelor's and master's abroad. I come back to Nepal and I'm still working. I'm also an example. But I created my own, I created job myself also, regardless of I work for the government. But the second job I created myself. So that policy or that situation, opportunity, the government should create.
I've come to learn that you were a bright student from the very beginning, from school days. So, would you like to give some special tips to the students to get success? Though current educational scene and scenarios have changed a lot.
And the foremost important thing here is, you should be disciplined towards your job. Whatever you do your job, you should be disciplined on that. You should be disciplined, worker. Hard working is always there.
Yeah.
You have to work hard. I used to work 14, 16 hours a day when I first joined, job. So you should work hard, no matter what comes around you. And with full dedication, hard work, dedication, and your honesty towards your job, that matters. So if you have those 2-3 things with you, then you can get success always. Sometimes you may not get success, But you should not, take it as, oh, it's hopeless, I cannot do it. No. You have to try, and try. You get success.
Okay. Then what do you expect from the government to encourage and promote the Nepalese educational sector?
Government has policies in education. They have prepared very good policies also. But the weaker part is in implementation. So in implementation, government has to consider many things. Mm-hmm. Government alone cannot work on this. So government has welcome private sectors to take care of it. Modern Nepal College is also a private college. So we are also contributing through an university to engage and to accommodate number of students in our college. So it's a job, or it's a project where we work as a win-win situation.
Win-win situation.
Win-win situation. So government should make a policy where when private sectors would like to come and contribute, it should make such a policy where we private sectors are easily, where we private sectors can easily work in that area, in that situation. So policy is very important. Although policies are important, sometimes government has some rigid policies also. There in the rigid parts, they have to little bit unfasten those rigid parts, so that private sector can wholeheartedly come and contribute. So government has to do that. In 21st century, government cannot alone do everything.
Yeah.
So you have to rely, you have to trust.
There must be equal participations from all sectors.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, do you have any special positive tips for the youth?
For youths, I have not much things to say. I have only things to say is Nepal is a beautiful country. So when you work in your country, you work in your when you work with your family, you feel always home, and that part you never get outside when you work or when you study alone. So this is the most beautiful part when you work in your country. So Nepal is full of opportunities. Many people come from outside countries also to work in Nepal, and they feel Nepal is a place where you have lots and lots of opportunities, where lots and lots of virgin areas where you can work and earn. So the thing is, you should know how to capitalize, how to find the areas, and how to capitalize out of that area. So the only thing you need to little bit work hard, and if you work in a group, then you get, most of the time you get success with full dedication, full honesty, and in a disciplined manner, and then success is yours. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Kiranji, for your precious time and joining our program. I do respect and appreciate your ideas. I hope to see you again. Have a really very wonderful days ahead. Namaste, goodbye.
Thank you, Om, for your time and for giving me opportunity to say my words. And thank you to S Television, and thank you, Om. Thank you.
Okay, dear audience, we have really enjoyed talking to a scholar here today. We better know that education is the most important thing for a nation. Next time I will bring another personality as usual on the same time, that is 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. Till then, goodbye.